All right, we are live. Podcast number 9, Manic Vandals. Uh, Yet again, we are man down. Except we changed up. We like to keep you guys on your toes on who's going to be appearing on every podcast. I'm the host of this podcast, Churge, aka Dave. With me most of the time is my partner in crime, Keith.
Hey, how's everybody?
And today we have Commander Talk. Uh, so if you've been listening, we're pretty much complete noobs in the Commander realm. Uh,
hmm
we've had like at most one deck each. But it's the holidays, and we figure we'll indulge a little bit on cards. So yeah, the general schedule for this podcast is what commanders we're gonna go with, and what we like and what we don't like in a commander deck. Um, if we have more time, we'll just get into some other shit, but that's what we're starting with, and we'll see how far askew we go as we go along. Uh, so, uh, Keith, what commanders are you going with for
All right,
now?
for now, I'm going with Anjay Falkenroth. I like vampires, and so I figured we'd do a vampire tribal. Um, I I haven't done it yet, but I'm seriously considering getting Edgar, or even what's his name?
Hmm.
Oh, what's the other guy, the Planeswalker? What is
Uh,
his
Soren.
Soren, yeah, the Mirthless. So thinking about him, I don't know, but right now I'm going to start with Anjay, and so she has haste, discard a card, draw a card. So that ties in with, of course, madness. So we want something that's going to thrive off of madness and also graveyard recursion as well. So we're starting there, and oops, I was reading my card, took my glasses off, and so that's where we're looking at starting. And what about you?
Well, before we get into me, uh,
Just tell me.
uh, crap. What was that guy's name? Not Soren, the other guy. Oh, Edgar.
Edgar Markov,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Apparently he's like the aggro commander.
really.
Yeah, like he's like the head honcho of aggro.
The
Uh,
the one that came out in Crimson Vow, or is he or is he a different version of him?
no, if uh,
There's
it,
Vampire
it
Trial.
must have been a different one. This one's like a few years old.
Okay.
Edgar Markov. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, he has Eminence, which I think is like a commander specific thing.
Oh,
Um, yeah, and if you're gonna go for him, you might want to do it soon because he's already at Oh, I'm looking at the foil. The foil's $100.
oh no, we won't buy that. Don't tell the wife.
I think the non-foil is not. It's not 100. Where is where is not foil? Why is it only foil? Edgar of uh
Oh my
oh
mercy.
yeah, non-foil's only 30, so she won't hate you as much.
Yeah. Well, I may be able to get one that's in played condition
Yeah,
and get it. So yeah, he's nasty. I'm reading him now. So anytime you cast a vampire spell, whether he's in command zone or on the battlefield, he creates a 1/1 black vampire.
right. Yeah, and
But
then
you got
he
to run red mana to get him though.
yeah
Black, white, and red.
yeah. Are
Uh,
there I mean I know there's some. There's no, like only white vampires really, are there? Like, I think they're all,
no,
like, white and black if they're in
yeah,
white.
yeah, or
Um,
black and red. Yeah,
yeah, but, uh, yeah, I
huh.
mean, that'd be a pretty spicy guy to go with.
Yeah, I think so. And so he would, yeah, he is nasty. I'll have to look at some of these decks on him. Oh, Edgar Markov, he is. And see, I like aggro. The
Yeah.
decks. Here we go. So the deck list isn't bad. There's one for 215.
Yeah. Well, I think the nice thing about him is like if you just get him, you could just have whatever vampires you have lying around, and it seems like pretty easy to pump up as you go, which would be nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I have a slew of vampires as it
Yeah.
is. So,
Yeah. So it's like in theory you could almost just get him and not really anything else, and you'd have
yeah.
enough for him. You
Yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Um.
That's awesome. That's a good. Thank you, David.
Yeah.
Dave,
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Um. Yeah. Well, that's why we're here to document our journey on this crazy ride.
Yeah, that's it.
Uh. So I have a list that's a little bit longer than yours. Uh.
That's
Let me
fine.
let me count these quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so there's 10 that I'm thinking about,
Oh,
and
wow.
there's 3 that I I I have the commanders for. They're sitting in a box. They're uh since Mike isn't here, and I don't know if he'll listen to this, but I got him 2 commanders for Christmas.
Right.
Uh the one he knows about is which is just Heliod from Theros, but
Right.
the other
Which
one's
that's a good card.
yeah. Uh yeah, the other one's a little bit of a surprise. So I'll name them and just give a brief description. I won't read the whole thing. The first one, which is like the sort of deck I'm really gonna try and go with, is her name is Naeth of the Dire Hunt. Uh, it's basically just a fight tribal.
Okay.
In Gruul colors. Uh, the next one is Shu Yun. I don't know if like what else is in his name. The Silent Tempest. He's basically like Jeskai. You just want to like cast like a billion cards, like a billion like combat tricks, uh, cantrips, that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
What was his name?
Shu Yun, Shuyun.
Shoot, yeah. Well, I didn't pull it up. But he does the cantrips.
So he's 3 mana. He has prowess, and then he has whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay 2. If you do, target creature gains double strike until end of turn.
Ooh,
Uh,
nice.
so the idea is, since he gets double strike, you just cast shit like I know giant growth isn't in his colors, but you would cast stuff like that
Mhm.
that like pumps him up. Since he has double strike and prowess, he'd get like insanely huge pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
that is. Wow.
the next one, which is more of like I mean, apparently she's not bad, but um, her name is Rhianne, Angel of Rebirth. Uh, she's in Naya colors, and basically her thing is whenever another multicolored creature you control dies, return it to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Uh,
Mm,
the idea being you just play like only multicolored creatures,
right.
and you just like get them all back when they die.
Mm. Just cycle them back to your hand. Yeah.
Right. Uh,
Not bad.
yeah. So those are the 3 that I like. I have. and I basically built the decks for him. Naeth is pretty much ready to go. Like it's pretty
Really?
yeah, it's pretty much at the point where on Christmas Day I'll just like rip those cards out of the box and just like shove them in. Uh, the other two are a little like Rhianne is a little bit further along.
Right.
um, but building that one was sort of easy just because I just found like any good or bad multicolored creature and just like shoved it into a deck.
Right.
The Shu Yun one, it's a little more tricky. I think I'll just have to buy some more like cheap, shitty combat trick type spells.
Mhm.
Um, um, yeah, and there's 7 other ones I'm like thinking about, but I figured I'll just like hold off on actually getting them. Uh, I'll just read through them really quick. We don't have to like go through each one. One
No, you're
is
fine.
one is her name's Izareth. She's like a mono black. It's like a reanimator type thing.
Oh, okay.
Um, the next one is Belb. She's black and green. She has an interesting mechanic. Uh, it's basically she basically like gives everybody mana in this like weird way, but it's like it actually it seems like it'd be like an interesting game to play because it's like very different.
The
Uh,
corrupted observer, is that her?
yeah,
Okay.
um, yeah. So, um, I guess the idea is, it basically like it basically incentivizes your opponents to attack other people because then they would get mana for it.
Mhm.
And then on top of that, since you know that you're going to be getting mana, like since you have this commander, the idea is you want to take as much you want to utilize all that extra mana so you're sort of like built around it better, you know?
Right.
Uh so I think that'd be a fun one.
So what are they pumping all that mana into?
Yeah, that's the idea. I mean, you
Yeah,
just
yeah. Necropotence is in this deck. Ah, you got Karn Liberated, Karn the Creator, and Ugin in it. Is that the deck you're looking at?
I didn't look at like specific decks per se. Like
Oh, okay. All right.
uh
Yeah, I was just curious. Yeah.
yeah, I mainly I'm not sure what site you're looking at, but I mainly look at EDH Rec.
Mhm.
Um
Yeah. I think I'm on tapped out.
oh okay, yeah, that's the other one I use a lot. Um
Oh, they run the ballista in it, which that makes sense.
right.
The walking ballista.
Yeah. Um yeah, I guess I mean it's colorless, so you'd probably lean more towards you don't want like a bunch of like green or black pips in it.
Mhm.
Um uh,
Something you could pump up.
yeah. Um
What was that black? We can talk later. But there was a black red an invasion that you could pump and then sack. Uh,
uh
uh,
Invasion.
yeah,
That
I'll look it up.
yeah, that's like way beyond my
Yeah, yeah, and it was a neat little card. I don't know if it was to face or to creature. I can't remember what you could do the damage to, so I have to look that up.
mhm.
So you could pump it and sack it. So
Right. Uh the next one was actually Turgrid. You know that
yeah,
like with discard shenanigans, but I,
yeah.
I feel like discard shenanigans gets old a little fast, which is ironic because I have a pretty good discard deck. But well, we'll see. I mean, uh, uh I would say out of the ones I don't have yet, Belb is like Belb, and then the next one is Gretchen Titchwillow.
Hmm.
She's in blue and green, and she's like another like ramp type commander. Her ability is, you can just like play an extra land and you draw a card.
Really?
Yeah. Um.
And she's cheap. She's only like $2.30.
Yeah. Yeah. I think she's an uncommon if I'm remembering right.
Yeah, she's uncommon.
Um. The next one is the next one I'm thinking a little more seriously about is Nezahul, the Primal Tide.
Uh-huh.
Uh. Apparently, I don't know how to spell them.
I
Nez.
typed in Primal Tide.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's
Nezahal.
yeah. Um. Yeah, I like the idea of he's sort of like Dream Trawler in that he's really hard to like really get rid of. Like he's just like annoying.
Yeah.
Uh and I like annoying, so uh
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean those are the ones I'm sort of tossing around, and we'll see.
That is a good card. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when an
Um
opponent casts a non-creature spell, draw a card.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and since you have no maximum hand size, it would fill up pretty quick.
Wow.
Although
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, I guess it is like a little dependent on like what kind of opponents you're playing against. Like what kind of commanders they have.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't imagine. Uh, you're going to be drawing some cards out of that. So I think it would be. I think in general it would be not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not bad at all. I
Yeah,
like that one.
yeah. Uh, so now that we talked about specific commanders, we can just sort of go over in general like what we want and don't want in a commander. Which I mean, it just sort of like what would you have fun doing? What are you trying to get out of commander for you personally?
Well, for me, is since I think you and I may have played one time. I think didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One match. So I think for me is just to be able to make it through a game, or more than one game, and not be able to be, hurting for mana, and and then the other side of it is actually just to be able to play the deck. You know what I mean? To me, I like graveyard recursion. I'm like you. I like the cantrips. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? The madness fits into that. You know what I mean? The discard. But I just for me, if we could just what I'd like to do is be able to cantrip everything and then bring it back to hand, or you know what I mean, and then you do that. But I mean, that's me. But I think that's everyone, and some people like building the big creature and sacking it, and dropping the bomb on them that way, and or
Mm-hmm.
making a million squirrels, stuff like that. I know that squirrel deck's evidently annoying, and
Mm-hmm.
so and it's things like that. I mean, to me, I think more than anything, and this is kind of shows out from when we got to play last week. We were silent. We had a lot going on last week, but you and I actually were able to get together and play, and that just to be able to play. You know what I mean? I think that's.
Right.
Of course, we want to win and be successful, but just to be able to get together and play, I think to me is more important than anything.
Right.
So, and the time to do it, and the the ability to do it, and I know, like, and I know like the shops that we've been kind of stopping at shops here and there, and I've only done a couple, and I plan to do more. But from what I'm gathering, as a community, I think Commander is a lot larger than what you know I thought it was, and so I think that's good for Magic. You know what I mean? It's a little bit more open. It's not restricted to standard, and
Mm.
so. But yeah, I'm sorry, I went on
No.
I went on a tangent there, but I think just to be able to sit down and play and actually get through the deck and not get mana screwed either way, not to be flood or short.
Right.
That's my goal. But other than that, you've got me since you're thinking about building like 9 different decks. I think I need to go back and look at what I have up there. One thing that I've done this week and is uh, I've tried to find a good library coordinator for my collection, and I thought I found something, and it just didn't work like I wanted it to. So I am going to start going through all my cards, so I know what I have, and I mean and then that way, if I say, oh, I want this card, well, yeah, I have it. You know what I mean? So I know where
Mm.
it's at. So
Yeah.
that's part of that, and so I spent a few hours last night loading, scanning cards, and then I didn't like the way they sorted the library. And I was like, I just wasted 2 hours of time, but it's so, I mean, it's great. It scanned them. It priced them. It did everything I would ask for, but it didn't. For some reason, I want them by set. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like if it's a Tempest card, put all my Tempest cards in a folder
Mm.
that's Tempest. You know what I mean? If I have to sort them, pre-sort them, that's okay. But I didn't expect that. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what I need to do is, sort them as Tempest, and then put all my Tempest cards together, and then put all my whatever. My unlimited. I have more unlimited than I thought, so which
Right.
is good. So, but
Uh.
anyway, I went on. I went sideways.
Well.
Back to the commander talk.
No. That's actually fine. I mean, if you want, we can just save it for another episode. But yeah, I've also, I have my own sort of sorting scheme. I mean, I'll
Mm,
just go over it briefly now. Anyway, I mean, what I do is there's basically like three main sections. One is like just it's like a just a giant box of like old shit cards, like shitty as in I will never use those.
mm,
Uh like literally never, like there's no reason to ever look at them.
right.
The next set, which is like, it's like three of those like, normal deck not deck, like normal boxes that they're like, I don't know. You can like I don't know. They're like a foot and a
The
half
four
long.
row, the 4 row ones.
No, I don't know. They're like a foot and a half long,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
single. There's like
Single row. Yeah.
yeah, there's like three of those that are they're like the shitty but maybe usable, and they're sorted by color.
Right.
Uh, so so if I'm making like a new green commander deck, I can just go into those three boxes, find the green section, and
Mm,
just see if there's anything that might be useful.
right.
And then there's two or three like good card boxes
Mm,
where it's like if you're looking to like tweak something or like improve something in a certain color, you just go to the color in those three and you get the you get what you need. So
mm,
so it's like they're mainly sorted by quality, and
right.
then they're like sub sorted by color.
Mm.
Um
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
uh Yeah, I mean, it's like if the collection was like too big, I don't think it would work, but since our collection is not like massive,
Right.
it works.
It works.
Um
Yeah, I think for me, I've got like two boxes of the 4 rows, and
Okay.
then I've got one box of the 3 row. Then I've got a shoebox that's nothing but Portal, which which I know I'm never gonna play with. But some of
Right.
that Portal stuff is expensive. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I need to sort the Portal so I can figure out what's valuable and what's not, and even some of the
Yeah.
lands in Portal are worth something. But yeah, I mean, we went sideways here, but yeah, I think that's doable, you know. And the only thing that I've done is the cards that are like $50 or more. I sleeved and put in a
Yeah.
protector. You know what I mean? I said, well, if I play with it, that's one thing, but I'm gonna sleeve it up and get it in a hard shell protector,
Right.
so they're
Yeah.
protected. So
Yeah. Yeah. We do that too. We have one box that's like like the
the
money
money box.
cards. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh.
that's what I did.
Yeah. So hopefully no one finds that box.
Yeah, yeah,
Hopefully they find the junk box first.
yeah, yeah,
Uh.
yeah. So they'll have to get them out from under my bed, which I have trouble getting doing that myself. And my wife sees me down there rooting. She's like, "What are you doing?" Honey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at I don't know.
I lost the shoe. I lost the
Yeah.
shoe. Oh my goodness. But yeah. But
uh.
yeah, I mean, so that's to me, I mean, it's like I know that I've got some like I have Cis A, but I probably don't have the good one, for the one that's popular for Commander. But I've got a
Mhm.
lot of legendary creatures that are down there, and I could probably just start pulling a lot of them out and seeing what I have.
Right. Um.
I think that's step one. Actually see what I have.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, yeah. Just in a general sense. I mean, I've done like the money card search already. So
Yeah, I haven't.
I think we have that pretty well situated. But yeah, if you haven't done that yet, uh, yeah, it's like you'll just have to take you know set aside some time
Yeah,
and
and I did.
painstakingly.
Yeah, I did the money search like 10 years ago. But you know as well as I do that what's happened in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, things have well, Commander has come on, and that's
Right.
changed the value of a lot of older cards, and and those older cards that we thought were trash suddenly become worth something. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
yeah, so I need to redo that.
Yeah. Yeah. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
No, you don't. Yeah, it's like that little scanner I was doing. My blue deck, and I know we're on a tangent, but the blue deck I went through. Well, the blue deck, it doesn't have a lot of good stuff in it. I mean, it's got static orbs in it, and kill switches, and then the ring of Gix is in it, and
Mhm.
and all of that. But it booked out at like 300 and some dollars, just that one day. I was
Mhm.
surprised, I was like, that's surprising to me. And I told my wife, she says, "Can we sell it?" I was like, "No, don't price
Yeah.
this stuff or not."
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh. Yeah. Decks like that. I don't know every card in it, but it's like some cards look like shit, but they're like $50
yeah.
just because of like that weird fringe circumstance. And
Mhm.
it seems like artifacts in particular that happens to a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
the orbs are $22, which is amazing to me.
wait, what's it called?
Static orb.
Oh,
That's
static orb.
Yeah, that's what they were booking. That if the pricing is right, that's what they were booking
Oh
it at.
yeah. Huh. Yeah, we actually have one of those. I didn't realize they were that expensive.
Get it in a
But
good box.
yeah.
You you transition that puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets upgraded to first class, the first class box.
That's right. So, and then that's the thing. I mean, and that's a card that's changed over the years. It wasn't, at the most it might have been like $6, but now
Mhm.
now it's up to 22. So,
Yeah.
and I think Commander has done that. You know,
Oh,
no one,
yeah.
and as a community, I think what Commander has done for card prices is like the double-edged sword, and where it's increasing prices of some of these older cards, which is great for people that have them. But the other side of the coin is for the people that are getting into it. It's a little sticker shock.
Mhm. Yeah, well, I think that's the nice thing about Commander, and this sort of undoes our very deep tangent. But
Yeah, it does.
uh,
It brings
but
us back.
yeah, but the thing I like about Commander is, so for me, um, and you were sort of saying this too. It's like the main thing I like about Commander, well, mainly paper, but Commander would also apply to this. Like, and I think I know I told either you or Mike about this, but like in paper, I could lose like 10 games in a row and like not care at all
Right.
because
Yeah.
it's like I'm enjoying myself. It's like you're with somebody who also enjoys Magic. You're just like catching up, hanging out.
Yeah.
Uh, so when it comes to paper, like for me, it's really not about winning and losing. It's about,
The experience.
right. Um, as opposed to arena where it's like, you're just like sitting there like waiting for this like fucking person to like do their turn, and they're like, it's like you don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're like in the bathroom or
Yeah, they're in the fridge. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and then when they finally get back, they have like the perfect card they needed the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like Arena is the only game I actually like get mad at. Like I don't get mad at any other game, but Arena just like it just like sets me off. Uh so anyway, uh yeah, paper, my goal is to just enjoy myself, you know, uh have fun with the person I'm with.
Mhm.
Uh
Yeah.
yeah. Um
And I had a ball last week,
oh
when we got
yeah.
to play.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Um yeah, I mean, that I still think about that stupid dwarf you have, that
Which one?
the 1/1 that you sack.
Oh yeah, the dwarf. Yeah. What was he? Bloodfire. What was he? I
Uh
think he's the Bloodfire dwarf, right?
blood. Yeah. Yeah, that looks like that's it. Yeah, that's a nasty card.
Yeah. He's
Uh
invasion block. Is
blood.
that it? Is it Bloodfire or Blood?
I think
Yeah,
it
Bloodfire dwarf. That's it. He's 9 bucks. Oh, that's a foil. Yeah, I'm sure that's a foil. I was like, "Wait a minute, he's getting upgraded because I've got, like, 20 of them things."
yeah.
Yeah. $1.50 pre-owned, 77 cents there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not bad for a common, though.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah. Um
So he is Apocalypse. He was in that invasion block, but he was in the Apocalypse set.
right. Um um Oh, so I guess other things. So I mean that's just so like what I'm looking for as like a general like experience with Commander, which I think
Yeah.
in that sense it doesn't really matter what Commander I go with. I feel like I would get that anyway. Uh,
Yeah.
so as far as like specific commanders, like what I would look for like in an actual like commander card, uh, I'm a big Gruul fanboy, so
I know you are.
uh, yeah, like Gruul colors I like. I I like I like big creatures, and I cannot lie. That's a really shitty joke,
It's a good one though. Yeah.
uh, um, yeah, and then I also I like tribal.
Yeah.
I like themes.
Yep.
Um, like I really liked mutate
Mhm.
the
That
thing.
was a good
Yeah,
ability. I liked it.
yeah, I loved mutate. The thing I don't like about it for commander is it's not an evergreen, or it's not mutate isn't really gonna come back anytime
Mm,
soon in like a real
no.
way. So that's something I don't care for, something that's not really supported long
Right.
term. Uh, Something else I wouldn't care for. Well, there's a couple things. One of them, I don't really care for. I don't like. Preferably, it'd be two colors or less. Uh,
Mm, yeah.
I feel like when you start getting to like three colors or more, it sort of just turns into like, well, I'll just use all the best cards from every
Mhm.
color because I have access to them.
Yeah, and the land base to support it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Every color you add, the mana base just gets that much harder.
Yeah.
Um, and that actually segues into my next thing I don't really care for, which is I would definitely rather keep them all on the cheap side.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, because I mean, like a three color mana base, it's like you don't really need. You could get away with not having the best mana base. Like two colors, you can get away with it pretty easily. One color, obviously that's easy. Uh, but yeah, like four and five colors, it would just like it would get awfully dirtily unless you
Mhm.
had all the good.
All the good lands.
Yeah,
Yeah. And the charms and the yeah.
right. Um, and I guess we can use this as a little point to talk about proxies, because I know we sort of touched on it before. I don't know what episode it was. It was pretty early though, like two or three probably. But
Yeah.
uh, I mean, my stance is if you're playing C, like competitive
Yeah.
commander, I think just you know because the point then is purely to win, you know.
Yeah.
So just
It is.
print out whatever cards you want, because I mean it's like the expectation for competitive is everybody's playing exactly what they should be playing.
Right.
So just print out whatever is the best, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Uh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah. I mean, I know the store probably has a lot of rules on it considering, you know what I mean? But
right.
some people say that, if you're printing proxies or making proxies, then you're not supporting the store. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I disagree with that because, then when I do these little these little spots where I go to a store, um, I'm giving my money when I go in there. I talk to them. I always make a point to buy something because, I think I think that everybody that goes to a store is going to spend money there unless they don't have what they want. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? But if you go in, even if I go in a store and I don't want anything, I pick up a pack of cards. You know what I mean? I always buy something. So I think that argument that says that you're not supporting the store, I don't agree with that. I think that every individual that goes to a store, unless they're broke, you know what I mean, and they don't
Mhm.
have the money at that time. But if they're regulars, they're going to spend their money there. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, but all right, go ahead.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, no, it's fine. I guess just to make a bit of a clarification, uh, I I feel like the vast like I'm talking about competitive commander. I don't ever see myself playing competitive commander.
Right.
So like when I'm saying proxies are okay for competitive, like I mean for like the very specific people who are just like 100% competitive only. Um,
Right.
like it, uh, the next time I go to play commander at my LGS, I mean, I like uh I will I will be using zero proxies, I'm
Right.
sure. Uh like maybe maybe it's like if I find a group of guys who are like, like I don't know. I mean, I guess for me, like I was saying, my goal is to just like go there for the experience. It's like does printing out a I don't know, just to use a card we were using before, a guy's cradle. It's like does printing out a guy's cradle like make my experience of like if my goal is to just like have fun, does printing out a guy's cradle make me have more fun? Uh, I mean, it might make me win
Right.
more, but I don't know. I
You
like
got to be able to draw it too, though. That's a 100
yeah,
card deck. You know what I mean? You got to be able to draw it. So
yeah. So I don't know. I like personally, I don't. I guess my thing is like I wouldn't want like for the commander games I'm playing, I don't see like I wouldn't even want a guy's cradle in the first place.
yeah.
I guess that's my
Mm.
point. Like I'm not trying to do some like high end like busted stuff. It's like I would probably rather lose anyway just so I'm not the guy who shows up with a printed guy's cradle and like just like smashes everybody.
Yeah.
Uh
Yeah, I'm gonna be the pauper at the king's table. I
yeah,
like pauper, that's me.
right.
Yeah, that's but I'm with you. I think, like, if it's for the experience. I know there are guys that if you're competitive that, the object's to win, okay. But if I'm just showing up for Friday night to play, you know, yeah,
Yeah,
I don't I'm gonna take what I have. You know what I
right.
mean? Good, bad, or ugly. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
with you.
Um Now I guess, we were talking about Guy's Cradle. It's like maybe there's an example where it's like you have a deck and it would like it could like really use some specific card uh that's like really expensive. Uh I I don't know. I wouldn't as long as everybody's up front. Like okay, I guess to me it's like the idea of a proxy versus not a proxy. It's almost like I don't care at all as long as the person is like up front with
Yeah,
what the
that's
deck
it.
actually does.
Yeah.
Uh
So
like
yeah, isn't there the power ranking talk? And we covered that, but
right.
you have to rank your deck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean my decks as they stand right now, they're all shitty. uh but
Yeah, whatever the lower scale is, that's where I'm at.
yeah, I mean the Gruul one uh I mean, it's so like botched up right now. Like me and Michael have to definitely play a few games and figure out what works and what doesn't.
Mm.
Um, um. So, um. Hmm. So now what? We're at 45 minutes.
Hmm.
Um. So we could either wrap it up or we could should we move on to another topic or
What you got?
well, actually, the next thing was Jeff Hoogland. If you would just want
Oh
to go
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, we can talk about him. I think today, and I didn't even know it, and you brought it up. But you want to do the introduction, I guess, on it, then we can talk about it.
Well, it sounds like the recent development you know a little more than I do.
Yeah. Well, he just put up yesterday that he's taking a step back from content creation. It's just he says, he's evidently seeking help, and he's having burnout issues, and I think he's just struggling. And I think that he is a great content creator. I mean, he throws some brews together, and he was the one that made me feel. And I know this sounds stupid, but some of the jank he put out there, I thought, well, I can do that too, But he builds better decks than me. He's a great deck builder, and he's a good content creator, and he's taken a step away for an undetermined amount of time till he gets better.
Mhm.
That's what it boils down to, and we certainly, and I know we wish him the best and hope. I mean, I would love to partner up with him and us,
Yeah.
but that's neither here nor there. He's a great content creator, and I know he stepped away, to and I get it. I mean, sometimes like and those guys that create 3 or 4 things a week or 5 things a week or 7 days a week. There's a constant pressure, and I know our community is good, but not everybody's good. You know what I mean? So that's we got a dislike, and we celebrated it, but some people can be mean,
Right.
and we're a little bit. Well, I'm a little bit thicker skinned, so yeah. But I wish him the best, him and his family, but that did come out today, and I guess you can kind of understand. We're always brewing ideas, and we have it. I think we have it easier than most in the fact that there's three of us. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
so I'm, you're doing your thing, Mike's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing, and we still don't post on a regular schedule. But yeah, I would hate to be in it alone trying to do it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we can't pretend to really know what he's going through as like like when it's your like full-time job being a content creator, but uh I mean it's like the internet, like I feel like the Magic community is really good, but
Hmm.
the internet community is they can be not so good, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just like I don't know. I mean, it's like it's just like you know it's like you have to be like I've done very minor stints of Twitch streaming, and it's just like it's hard. I mean, like between like trying to play Magic at like his level,
Yeah.
uh like like playing Magic at his level for like hours every single day, getting I I don't think his Twitch chat's that bad, but still like uh you always hear from like celebrities about how it's not the 99 positive comments you remember the one negative comment.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Twitch can be pretty brutal sometimes, so uh
So he was doing Twitch too.
I know he was a decent amount. I mean, uh
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
I'm
rough.
yeah, I'm not on Twitch too often these days, but I know he was didn't he just had a he
Yeah,
just had the Hoogland Open, Hooglandia.
yeah, yeah, he did.
Um
Yeah,
yeah, so I mean I mean it's just like a brutal grind. I mean, I guess the nice thing for us, like you said, there's three of us,
yeah,
and
yeah.
this isn't our job, at least not in the foreseeable future. So it's like uh if it's like if we say something stupid, it's like nobody cares. Nobody's watching anyway, It's like
Well, we're gonna say something stupid regardless.
yeah, yeah. I mean, uh yeah, so I mean, I guess for us, it's just more of at least for now, just more of like a hobby, whereas for him, it's like I don't know. I mean, I don't want to assume I know what he's thinking, but it's like uh I mean, even where we're at, I still get nervous, like, not so much, like, I don't even know how to word it, but I get worried about these, like, really random scenarios that, like, aren't gonna happen,
Right.
um,
Yeah.
and it's like, when you're as big as he is, I can't even, like, imagine how
Yeah.
inflated that is, so,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, he's definitely earned any sort of break he wants to take, and I hope he takes as long as he needs and doesn't feel pressured to come back for anything.
Yeah.
Um, so um, yeah, so yeah, whenever he's ready to come back, he has a large community,
Yeah. Oh
ready
yeah.
ready with open arms.
Yeah. He
So
was one of the first streamers I started watching. So yeah, he's
yeah,
he's
yeah.
good. I based, believe it or not, that Doom Foretold deck I had was based off a deck he put together, and I I tweaked it down to where it would run. I mean, it ran fine when he had it, but I just, with best of one, you have to shift with the meta. But
Mm,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that was based off a deck he put out. So it was a good deck.
yeah, yeah. That
So
was
go
okay.
ahead.
No, I was actually gonna go off on a very large tangent there, so you can.
Before you do that, but I think a lot of, and I think for everyone out there, and that's for me included, a lot of these streamers have put decks together, and I think and some of them are so powerful, and it's something that probably I don't know if we'll ever get there, but some of their influence is so powerful it shapes the meta. You know what I mean?
Oh
And
yeah.
and that deck may or may not be worth a crap. You know what I mean? And so I think it's like I fell into the trap of crafting those cards, making those decks, and then them to flounder. You know what I mean? So now I'm very judicious about what I see and what I follow and what I take off of. I mean, we're so busy now, I don't get to watch people much anymore anyway. So the
Mhm.
crap I'm putting out there is my own crap. There you go.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's my crap.
Yeah, here at Manic Vandals, we shovel our own shit.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. We give it to you all you want.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
Um, yeah, I mean, I guess just as a follow-up to Jeff Hoogle, and I mean, the streamers in general for Magic are, it's like I tried streaming, dude. It's just like I can't stream Magic for like 3 hours. That's
mm,
like that's like when my like, because it's like when you're like streaming, and I'm sure you get better at it, but it's like you have to be like on, it's like when you're like at like a party or something, it's like
yeah,
you have like your brain is in like that different mode, and it's like like doing that and playing Magic at like a good level for like 8 hours straight. Uh, it's hard. I mean, even just sitting there talking for 8 hours straight, it's like really hard.
yeah, it
Uh,
is. It is.
so like really anybody out there, and it's like who the fuck's actually listening? Hopefully somebody, but it's like if you're a streamer, like big or small, I mean, seriously, hats off to you
Yeah.
for sticking to it, and if you need a little boost of motivation, I mean, just keep grinding, and it seems like the Twitch community for Magic, they do seem, it seems easier to break into. So like if you just keep at it, uh, I feel like people will show up,
Mm,
and give you the support you need as a small time streamer. Um, it's like I've tried streaming like other games like League of Legends, uh, some other shit, and it's like I never got any views, but when I would stream Magic is the only game I would stream where I actually got like real views.
People would drop in. Yeah.
Yeah, I would get like real like yeah, I'd get like real viewers, real followers.
Mm,
Um
yeah.
and at least for me personally, I mean everyone there wasn't a single Twitch viewer I've gotten. And there's really not been many, but uh it's like where we are, it's like you remember them all.
Yeah.
They've all been like really nice, like all of them, 100% of them. Uh
See,
so
and I'll tell you this, in my experience in Twitch is I streamed one night accidentally. I was supposed to hit record on the OBS,
right.
and I'm streaming, and I get this notification from Twitch that said, "Oh, congratulations, you streamed for an hour or something like that." I was like, "Oh, crap," So I went back and all that. So my experience is I just don't see how I haven't set up the dashboard, the chat, and all that. So that's something I wouldn't mind doing it, but I don't know how I could interact. And maybe they give you a launch point for conversation, if someone's in chat talking to you. So
Right.
yeah, yeah, I don't know,
Um
but I don't know how like the focus. I don't know.
um
I am ADDHD, but that might just mess my mind up. I
right.
don't know.
Well, actually, I think that would help you if anything, because uh, like, uh, yeah, we're sort of in like full tangent mode here, but that's fine. I mean, like, like one of the golden rules I've heard is like, it's like you want to say something like every like 2 or 3 seconds,
Yeah,
which it might not sound that bad, but when you're actually sitting there doing it, it's like really, it is like an art to really do that.
yeah,
Um, uh, it's like having a new thought every 2 to 3 seconds. That's freaking hard. Meanwhile,
it is.
you're like trying to like do math on like how to do like blocks and shit.
Yeah,
Uh, so yeah,
yeah.
it's
Well, the good thing is you don't have to keep up with triggers. The arena's helping you with
oh
that.
yeah, yeah,
You know, so,
yeah. It's not a MTG online anymore.
yeah, that's
That's
right.
yeah, that's the one. That's the one nice thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, those guys do good. I mean, it's amazing. And while we're talking about streamers, do you know the results of the Croaky uh CGB Battle Royale?
No, I heard about it and I watched a very brief part of it.
Yeah, I watched the first two best of one matches where CGB won the first one, Croaky won the second one. But I don't know what happened after that.
Um, looks like you're looking it up. Uh,
Yeah, I am. But
uh,
you might be able to find it better than me. Um,
uh, might be on one of their Twitter pages. I'll see if I can find it.
yeah, competitive. That's Magic Arena. Let's see.
Oh,
Yeah.
apparently CGB won.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow. So he beat out Croaky, huh?
yeah. I think it was historic from what I was watching, but I might be wrong on that. Um, yeah. I mean, I don't know how Croaky's does it. Like I remember like when it was like full blown lockdown, like
Huh.
whenever it was like April 2020, May 2020.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy would stream like he was streaming like 8 hour like basically I would have him on like all day as I was working.
Right.
And he would just be on like all day and just playing extremely well, figuring out all these decks that like everybody was using. He would invent like he was like the deck inventor. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
is.
that fucking guy
uh,
is just like smart.
Yeah, he is. Did you know I think he's a world champion chess player too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh
He's
yeah, I sort of saw he was streaming that a bit,
yeah.
but
Maybe he's not world champion, but he is a champion chess player. Let's say it that way.
yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, I mean chess is like a whole nother fucking animal.
Hmm.
Uh
Yeah, smart. Uh-oh. I'm sending you an email for for our next talk. I'm
okay.
sorry.
No, that's fine. Well, maybe we should wrap this one up here.
Yeah, we're doing good. Yeah, so
All right. All right. So, what episode is this? This is 9. All right.
I don't
So,
know. It's the last one.
no, I actually fucked up the last one because I said, and it's funny too because I even looked it up for that one. I looked it up. I'm like, oh, all right, this is podcast number 7. So I said it was podcast number 7, but it was actually number 8. So,
Yeah, so now we're
uh,
on 9.
yeah. So now we're on 9. Uh, so anyway, so this is podcast number 9, in the books, and until next time, we will see you later.
All right, thank you.